Welcome to Welcome to the Video School Live. This show is sponsored by BeLive Media and Chew on This Media. I'm Brigitte Limbanda, and along with me is Angeline Longshaw.
Hi there.
And we're here to help you get comfortable on camera and to grow your brand with video. So this show is about the cringe factor. That is the reaction that you have, the natural reaction that you have when you start doing live video. It's a given. Trust me. When you start and you hear your voice and you see yourself on camera, you literally feel like you want to die because it's not something that you're used to. It's unnatural to be watching yourself. You're used to, through the lens of your eyes, you see other people, you hear other people through your eardrums. But to do that for yourself, you literally want to cringe the first few times, and you have to get used to hearing the sound of your own voice and looking at yourself on camera. What was that like for you, Angeline? Because you started there too.
I did. And it's so interesting because every person, actually, this is a physiological thing. I was a reporter, TV reporter in LA. And, at first when you get on video and audio and you hear yourself, it's so difficult to listen to because physiologically we have this sense in our what am I trying to say? In our sound, that we hear our voice reverberate through our body. And so we're hearing a deeper, more rich sound of ourselves when we talk. And so when we get on camera, on video, it sounds more tinny. And we're like, that's not me. So also the thing is, when you first get on camera, you're self-criticizing inside and your voice box gets tight. So in addition to that natural, more tinny sound, you're going to have this tighter voice that feels very weak because you're self-conscious. But when you're not thinking about yourself and you're thinking deeply about what you're saying and conveying your message, then your sound actually bounces deeper into your body and reverberates and creates a richer, deeper sound. So there's two things going on here. There's that physiological thing that we are surprised by when we first hear our voice. And then that makes us feel worse about ourselves, which causes that restriction in our throat. So there's a cyclical thing. And then that mental stuff, so much of this is mental, doesn't help us to reverberate that really deep, bold sound. So for me, I didn't really know that at the time, but it was seeing over time that my voice got deeper and better and richer. And I really didn't analyze it till later. So you're getting the inside scoop of something that a lot of people really don't think about. No one actually told me that. No voice coaches ever told me that. I went to a lot of performance coaches that did not really help that much because they didn't deal with this mindset stuff, the stuff that really actually physiologically changes your voice. So these things are really important. And the thing is, for me, it was seeing myself over and over and over and over. And some people just say, get over it. But I think if you have the combination of knowing this piece of advice and then knowing that you are going to be uncomfortable and awkward at first, it's natural. You're looking into a black hole of a lens, not a person's face. And we need to get used to envisioning that person on the other side and speaking to the one person that you're talking to. And I know, Brigitte, you probably went through that same awkward, the fear of even getting on camera and starting is feeling awkward and knowing you're going to feel awkward and hating your voice. Correct?
Absolutely. And there's certain things one can do in the beginning. just looking into the camera, because when you're looking at the lens of your camera, that's where the other person is, so that's what they're looking at. So if you were to look above, for example, or down below, and not looking at your audience, you're not going to connect with them. So there's certain things that one can do. In the beginning, when I started, for example, someone gave me the advice to take a photograph and put it onto my camera. So I was looking at that photograph, and I no longer have that. But in the beginning, that was very, very useful to get me used to looking into the lens of the camera without feeling awkward. And so there are little changes one can do, like your camera height, for example. If your camera is not at the right height, and it's something you have to play around with. Move your camera different heights, left, right, until you get it right. And you will know when you watch your videos again, and that's the important part. Go back and watch your videos, because you will, when you look at yourself, you'll realize that the angle is wrong. If it's too low down, you're going to be getting a double chin or all kinds of things you may not want
even
to.
Though it will make me look bad. See how you're looking at my nose, and you're seeing my double chin. I'm allowing you to look at me in this horrific way, so you can learn from me. So if you're doing this, you're above the lens. You're above, and even if I'm back and I'm it's not good. Okay, I've just pulled the curtain back way too far. TMI. Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
But those are the things that one learns. And lighting, for example. My previous camera was like 3 levels down from the one I had. And when you're starting, don't let that hold you back. If you don't have a great camera or great lighting, don't let it hold you back from getting started. But those are things you can improve as your confidence improves. Because your lighting, well, if you have the correct lighting, you won't see so many wrinkles or dark circles under your eyes because you haven't slept the night before, something like that. So there's a lot of stuff you can hide if you have great lighting or great audio, for example. Because if your audio is bad, the quality of your video is going to be bad, and you'll have more difficulty adjusting to how you sound if you don't have a good microphone. And here's a quick tip as well. Before you spend any money on a camera or lighting, spend some money on a good microphone, because people would much rather be able to get good sound in the beginning when you start live streaming than a good picture. A good picture is great. You want to aim for that, but your sound is more important in the beginning. Wouldn't you agree with that?
That's something that a lot of people, especially beginners, don't realize. Even some advanced people don't realize. They think this is a visual medium, which it is, but look at this. So if you don't hear what I'm saying, any perfect, wonderful picture is not going to make a difference, right? You're not getting the message. And the message also in audio comes from the nuances in your voice and your tone. So if they're not hearing the tone, all those intonations that are really subtle, they're not getting the full experience of you. And we want to connect with our audience. We don't want to just spout off and broadcast necessarily. We want to actually connect. This is what we're doing. We're building our brand. So we need to really have those people feel us, feel who we are, and those nuances in the tone of your voice will come through with a good mic. So yes, for sure.
So those are our tips for today. When you get started, the cringe factor, realize that it's normal and you will get past that. Give yourself some time, cut yourself some slack. It's an adjustment, but before long it'll become so natural that you won't even give it a second thought. So this is what Angeline and I do.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I had one
No,
more
it's
thing to
fine. Go
say.
ahead.
One thing that is really important, a lot of people I know, especially beginning, delete their videos as soon as they do them because they don't like them. And I always tell my clients and students, do not delete your videos. I know you'll want to, you'll have that urge to, but really save them because you want to look back on them and you want to see how far you've come. It's really important. I know there's going to be that urge, but please stop yourself. You really need to hang on, analyze with that perspective of stepping back, that you have to step back and really look to see what you're doing and think about the things we're talking about. See if you see that in yourself and know that you can improve. And the bottom line is don't let that stop you from doing it. If you feel awkward, you know what? People are going to say, wow, that person published that video. And so you might do one or two just to get comfortable and maybe join our school, get some tips, and then put yourself out there, but do not publish. Don't just let those videos sit, because the more you do it, even us here, the more we do it, the better we get and the more comfortable you get. And even if I haven't been on video live streaming for a while, there's a little creakiness factor, and it's okay. We're human, right? So that's the bottom line. And I don't know if you were going to say something else, Brigetti.
No, I think you've covered it perfectly. So all there's left for me to say is thank you for joining us today. We hope that you found some value in what we shared, and if you enjoyed what we shared, please go ahead and hit the share button and share it with someone else.
Yes.
Um,
And our next show is about the backdrop, because so many people, they don't do video because they just get this clouded head about, I don't know what to have behind me, so I just can't do video. So we're going to help you get over that. So that's our show for today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here on Video School Live. We'll see you next time. I'm Angeline Longshore.
And I'm Brigetti Bandit from Cape Town in South Africa. And until next week, bye for now.
Bye. Take care.